Hello friends, welcome to Read With Me. Today we will be reading Mr. Putter and Tabby Feed the Fish. The author is Cynthia Rylant and the illustrator is Arthur Howard. Let's begin. The Fish Store. Mr. Putter and his fine cat Tabby loved going to the fish store. Mr. Putter loved it because he had owned goldfish as a boy. He had always liked goldfish. Do you have any fish at home? Tabby loved it because it made her whiskers tingle and her tail twitch. Tabby was old, but she still loved excitement, and fish were exciting. I think Tabby's tail is getting twitchy there. One day, Mr. Putter and Tabby were watching the fish in the store when Mr. Putter said, "Let's bring some home." It had been many years since Mr. Putter had owned fish. He thought it would be fun to have some again. It would make him feel like a boy, and it would be good exercise for Tabby's tail. "We'll take 3 and a nice big bowl," Mr. Putter said to the fish man. Mr. Putter and Tabby drove their fish home. Tabby nearly twitched herself right out of the car. She wasn't sure she could handle this much excitement. Chapter 2. Bat. Back at home, Mr. Putter got the fishbowl ready. He dropped the 3 fish in. Plop, plop, plop. Then he gave them some food. The fish seemed very happy. They swam and swam and ate and ate. Mr. Putter watched, and Tabby batted. Bat, bat, bat. "Don't bat the fish, Tabby," said Mr. Putter. But Tabby couldn't help it. She got all twitchy. Bat went her paw in the glass. "No batting," said Mr. Putter. "Bat, bat, bat, bat." Finally, Mr. Putter said, "Come on, Tabby, let's go to bed. We'll watch the fish tomorrow." Tabby wanted to go to bed. She needed to go to bed. She was tired from all that batting, but she couldn't move. "Bedtime, Tabby," said Mr. Putter. Bat, bat, bat. Mr. Putter looked at Tabby. Mr. Putter looked at the fish. He said. Wonder what he's going to do. Oh, that might stop Tabby. He went to get a pillowcase. He put it over the fishbowl. "Now can we go to bed?" he asked Tabby. Tabby purred and followed him to bed. Chapter 3. Bat, bat, bat. The next morning when Mr. Putter woke up, Tabby wasn't there. "Tabby!" he called. He listened. He thought he could hear something. It sounded very faint. It sounded very far away. But he thought he could hear it. It went bat, bat, bat. What is he hearing? I think it's Tabby downstairs with the fish. "Oh dear," said Mr. Putter. He rose from bed and put on his slippers. He went downstairs to the fishbowl. The pillowcase was still over it, but the pillowcase had grown a tail. Tabby's under there batting at the fish. Mr. Putter lifted off the pillowcase. There was Tabby. Her eyes were wide, her fur was pointy, her tail was terribly twitchy. "Tabby dear," said Mr. Putter, I think you have a fish problem. Look, the pupils in Tabby's eyes have turned to the shape of fish. She's been watching them so much. Mr. Putter got a bucket. He put it over the fishbowl. Can we have breakfast now? He asked Tabby. Tabby purred and followed him to breakfast. I wonder if the bucket will solve their problem. They watched the birds instead of fish while they ate. Tabby didn't have a bird problem. Mr. Putter was glad. He wasn't sure he could get all those birds under one bucket. I think that would be impossible. Chapter 4. So relaxed. The bucket stayed over the fishbowl for a week. Mr. Putter tried taking it off a few times, but Tabby got all twitchy and batty, and he had to put it back on. Finally, Mr. Putter got tired of looking at an upside-down bucket. Wonder what he's going to do with those fish, or how to solve Tabby's fish problem. Tabby, he said one morning, let's see if Mrs. Teaberry would like some fish. He's going to see if Mrs. Teaberry would take his fish. That's a good idea. Mrs. Teaberry was Mr. Putter's neighbor. She usually liked everything. Certainly, said Mrs. Teaberry when Mr. Putter phoned. Zeke and I would love some fish. Zeke was Mrs. Teaberry's good dog. Mr. Putter and Tabby carried the fishbowl over. Mr. Putter told Mrs. Teaberry about Tabby's fish problem. Look, she looks sympathetic. Poor Tabby and her fish problem. Mrs. Teaberry was very nice. She said that fish make a lot of cats twitchy and batty. That made Tabby feel better. That was kind of Mrs. Teaberry to help Tabby feel better. Mr. Putter and Tabby had milk and cookies with Mrs. Teaberry and Zeke. Then they said goodbye to the fish and went home. Everything was great after that. It turned out that Zeke did not have a fish problem. Fish did not make him twitchy. Fish did not make him batty. Fish just made him very, very sleepy. Whenever Zeke needed to relax, he watched his fish. Zeke was so relaxed. Of course, Mr. Putter and Tabby were relaxed too. They had always been very good at relaxing, except with fish. They just curled themselves into Mr. Putter's warm chair and slept, without a single twitch. Thank you for watching today. Please remember to like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications. Until next time.